Hello and welcome to Pushing Back, Ukraine Daily Brief. As the war enters its 925th day, these are the main developments from the past 24 hours. The update from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Russia has lost approximately 623,990 troops in Ukraine since the beginning of the war. The number, which has not been independently verified, includes 1,270 casualties over the past day. According to the released Ukrainian figures, Russia lost 1 tanks, 29 artillery systems, 1 air defense system, 52 drones, 1 cruise missile and 55 vehicles. The Russians launched 165 combat clashes and carried out 57 airstrikes, including 61 anti-aircraft missiles on the territory of Ukraine. They also used 472 kamikaze drones and carried out 2,776 attacks on the positions of Ukrainian troops and settlements using various types of weapons. In its latest intelligence update, the UK's Ministry of Defence reports Russian forces have made recent gains around Vuhledar, a strategically important town in eastern Ukraine. Despite previous unsuccessful attempts, Russia has now taken control of nearby villages and is threatening Vuhledar itself. In its latest intelligence update, the Institute for the Study of War. US and European officials reported that Iran delivered hundreds of short-range ballistic missiles to Russia to support Russian President Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine. The transfer of Iranian ballistic missiles is part of the deepening strategic partnership between Iran and Russia. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin stated on September 6 that no specific weapon would be a game-changer for Ukraine and that allowing Ukrainian forces to use U.S.-provided weapons for long-range strikes against Russian military targets within Russia would not change the status of the war. Austin is correct that no single weapon system will change the course of the war, but his comments ignore how weapon systems and their accompanying rules of engagement do affect Ukrainian capabilities, and that changes in capabilities can change the course of wars. Western military assistance remains crucial for Ukraine's ability to defend itself, and Austin's statement ignores the Ukrainian long-range strike capability requirement necessary to disrupt Russian rear-staging areas. Ukraine's Western partners pledged additional military aid to Ukraine during the Ukraine Defense Contact Group at Ramstein Air Base in Germany on September 6, a significant portion of which will reportedly not be delivered in the immediate future. Russian forces are increasingly executing surrendering Ukrainian soldiers throughout the front line, likely in part because Russian commanders appear to be endorsing the proliferation of such war crimes. Russian officials attempted to use a meeting with International Atomic Energy Agency Director General Rafael Mariano Grossi to pursue long-standing efforts to legitimize Russia's occupation of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant and Zaporizhzhia Oblast, while also promoting false narratives about a Ukrainian threat to the Kursk nuclear power plant to weaken Western support for Ukraine's incursion into Kursk Oblast. Russian federal censor Roskomnadzor published and immediately deleted a draft procedure to implement a recently adopted law designed to de-anonymize Russian Telegram channels, possibly after receiving backlash from the Russian ultranationalist Telegram community. The Kremlin signaled its commitment to establish full control over the Russian information space in the future and will likely re-attempt to de-anonymize Russian social media and Telegram channels, even though Roskomnadzor withdrew its recently proposed regulations for now. The Kremlin continues to appoint Russian presidential administration deputy head Sergei Kirienko to positions overseeing Russia's informational efforts as part of efforts aimed at shaping Russian identity and ideology. Russia continues efforts to develop a capability to use information operations on social media platforms to trigger kinetic activity and has been using the Ukrainian information space for several years to hone this capability. Open-source tracking of confirmed Russian military deaths in Ukraine suggests that more Russian volunteers have died in Ukraine than Russian convict recruits and mobilized personnel. Russian forces recently regained lost positions in Kursk Oblast amid continued fighting throughout the Ukrainian salient on September 6. Ukrainian forces recently regained lost positions near Pokrovsk, and Russian forces recently advanced near Toretsk. Zelensky took part in the 24th meeting of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group in the Ramstein format and spoke about 3 areas. Firstly, Ukraine's military progress and operations. Ukraine has made significant advancements in the Kursk region, pushing Russian forces back and preventing new offensives against cities like Sumy. Ukrainian forces have regained control of over 1,300 square kilometers in the region, with significant Russian casualties. This counteroffensive is crucial in demonstrating Ukraine's ability to shift the war and prevent further Russian territorial expansion. Secondly, urgent need for military support. While Ukraine is grateful for international aid, there is an urgent call for more weapons, particularly in the Donetsk region, where battles are intense. Ukraine also seeks faster delivery and implementation of defense packages, including air defense systems and long-range capabilities. Ensuring a stronger fleet of F-16s and addressing shortages in key weapon systems like ATACMS and Storm Shadows are essential for continued success. Lastly, call for joint production and investments. Ukraine is ready to ramp up its own defense production, including drones and missiles, through partnerships with allied nations. To achieve this, Ukraine seeks financial investments and joint production initiatives, emphasizing the need for decisive action to end Russian aggression and restore global security. First Lady of Ukraine Alina Zelenska held a video meeting with Cindy McCain, Executive Director of the UN World Food Programme, to express gratitude for the organization's support. Zelenska highlighted the importance of World Food Programme's assistance, noting that 14.6 million Ukrainians require humanitarian aid and that the food provided to displaced people is produced in Ukraine, supporting local producers. She praised the World Food Programme's efforts to feed 90,000 school children last year and its plan to expand the program to 160,000 primary students this year. Zelenska emphasized that this support is vital for Ukrainian families impacted by the war. Thanks for following today's updates. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. We'll return tomorrow with the latest news on the ongoing conflict.